John Blackwell, were you told to intentionally miss that last free throw?
Yeah, I was trying to miss it. I was trying to make my others, but, it is what it is. It's basketball. But, yeah, I was trying to miss it.
What did they? You obviously got off to a good start. What did they switch on you? Did you notice anything different with the defense after you hit your first 3 shots?
I think they just tried to stop me in transition, pick me up better. Tried to close gaps on me, and I just, try to distribute, find others. Obviously, if you're scoring, you're going to draw others. So being a point guard, you got to try to find others too.
Mark, go ahead, please.
Steve, just can you touch on, what's like among the team when, you were up 17 and then all of a sudden late in the game, it's a one-possession game, it's a one-point game. Can you just, what goes into keeping it together at that juncture?
I think we kind of know it's Division I basketball. You're not going to blow every team out, and even if you get up big, we know they're going to make their run. It's just about weathering it, and like Coach said in the locker room, I think it's a sign of a good team when maybe it's shots aren't falling tonight, or there's foul trouble, or certain things, or maybe you're not guarding how you want, but you just find a way to win in the end. And I think it was good for us at the end to go through that little stretch and learn how to win those tight games.
In the back, please.
Steve, Coach Gard won his 200th game tonight with Wisconsin. Can you kind of touch on what he's meant to you and just kind of what he means as a coach?
Yeah, I don't think I would be the player I am today without him or the coaches he puts around him, just pushing me in different ways throughout the years. And it's been super fun to play with him, and I'm excited for the second half of the season. Try to make a little bit of a deeper run this year in the tournament, hopefully.
Michael?
John, you talked early in the year about learning with wins. I guess what can you take from the second half where it didn't go great for you guys, and you still were able to get a win, I guess?
Yeah, it's good throughout the season just to see a whole bunch of different games and have scenarios to look back on when we're trying to, like Steve said, trying to make a run. I think it's good to know that any lead is not you can't sit on it, and teams can at this level always come back. It seems like so. It's always good to come out here and get a win and get this experience as well.
Jim, in the back, please.
John Blackwell, John's emergence this year has obviously been a big deal, but when you look around you, a lot of the guys that have returned have made big jumps this year. How important has that been? Kamari, you, Steve, Nolan, Carter, you guys have all developed and made pretty big jumps.
I think it's just honestly a blessing with adding John Tanji, and then obviously Steve, even in his 5th year, still getting better, and then Nolan and Jack Janecki and Kamari McGee. It helps, obviously, when they can knock down shots, when they can make plays, and then it shows we're a deep team. So, yeah.
Michael?
John, you had a similar game like this in a similar type game at Rutgers. When it got down to the wire, do you feel like you thrive in those situations when it gets down to the wire a little bit?
I think down late game, just time to focus, and every possession matters. And I think with experience, I think I'm pretty confident down the line, just on making some decisions and playing confidently late. So I think so. Yeah.
Ben?
John Tanji, right in front of you. We've seen players get hot shooting the ball. Can you get hot drawing fouls and getting to the foul line? Because it seemed like you got into a rhythm by you attacking and knowing that you're going to get fouled and getting to the line. I think you drew 5. I think that was most on the team with Steve. Is that possible to kind of get on a heater that way?
I think getting that advantage on the defense and forcing them to foul me. I think I'm trying to score and trying to get hot by seeing the ball go through the hoop, but a lot of times they're keying in on me and just putting them at a disadvantage and that they have to foul me. So maybe.
Got Mark up front.
John Blackwell, it looked like in those final couple defensive possessions that once Ohio State crossed the half court, it looked like the plan was kind of to foul them before was the plan to foul them before they got.
Yeah, obviously we were up 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to take away them getting a 3-pointer, so yeah, foul at half to take that away.
Yeah.
Shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, but I guess I'm just wondering in terms of, can you just speak to kind of it doesn't look as easy as maybe it doesn't seem as easy as it sounds, because there were a couple of times where obviously they know you're going to try to foul, and it looked like a couple of times where they were he was close to getting shots off.
I think it's just timing, and obviously we know we practice these situations in practice, so we know guys are going to try to shoot it before we foul. So it's just timing, just trusting my timing and trying to get a foul. Yeah.
We're able to find a way. I think obviously a tale of two halves, specific on the defensive end, and I think we were sharp really offensively all night. But the free throw line, I think getting there 28 times, obviously, and racking up some foul trouble on their side was important for us. And then we haven't been in a lot of games like that where it's come down to having to execute and foul and play that game. So, that experience I think will help us. There's some things we'll obviously learn. Credit to Ohio State. They played like I thought they would play in the second half. They were a little sharper, and we let Thornton get going. Didn't do as good a job on him in the second half. And obviously Mobley knocked down some shots. But, to be able to – good teams find a way when you're not at your best. And I felt, we were able to do just enough good things to be able to wrap it up and seal it there. So questions on stuff? Mike?
Jim and then Michael. Go ahead, Michael. You got the mic.
When a game comes down to the foul game towards the end, I guess what type of advantage is it that you guys can hit at the line at the rate that you guys can hit at?
Yeah, it's good when you make them, right? So it probably started a little earlier. We did it with 11 seconds. Usually my line is about 7 seconds. But we felt with the ability of Thornton and Mobley to get shots off and off the bounce, and Thornton's ability to draw fouls, that we wanted to go ahead and start it a little sooner. Obviously, that's 4 seconds, but that's another possession at least. So, like I said, we haven't been in one of those in a while. We practiced it a few times, but I think probably inbounding the ball makes me no more nervous in those situations than making free throws or executing the foul at the right time. And we didn't want them to really get into the half court and be able to shake us loose, because those two guards can shed defenders really, really quick and get into threes. So, like I said, started a little earlier than our kind of where our line is, but because of personnel on the other side, we went with that decision.
Jim, go ahead.
Jim.
Did 200 feel like number one at all to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's never.
Have you erased that from your memory?
Oh no, I remember that one. We didn't have 26 turnovers like we did that night, but no. As I told the team downstairs, I mean, Kamari did a great job. He spoke on behalf of the team in front of everybody to me. I'm sure that'll be out on social media if it's not already. But on behalf of current players, former players, et cetera, that have played here, as I told them, this isn't. You guys know this isn't not about me. My name goes with it, but I've had terrific players, the current ones, the ones that have been here for the last 9 years, terrific coaches with me. I got a phenomenal staff right now, support system. Mark, my chief of staff, a strength coach, trainers that we've had. It's you divide this up. And it's a lot of hard work by a lot of people, a lot of hours that go unseen and unnoticed to have a opportunity to help a program be successful. So, like I said, my name goes to it. My family, obviously, they've sacrificed a lot, even before I was the head coach. Do you go through a 35-year career, and I got our oldest daughter and her fiance here with me now, and obviously my wife Michelle and Isaac on the team and Peyton. So there's just a lot of people that help put me in this position, and it's a lot of people that should go on that 200, probably 200 people.
Michael?
If you guys couldn't hold on, probably would have been none. But I guess what's the benefit of having tape where you
Yeah,
almost
I
blow
think
it?
the experience is good as long as you've finished on the left hand side. I mean, but like I said, we haven't been in one of those. We practice situations like that, but it's different when you have real game pressure. So, but there's other things, the previous, 38 minutes or the previous 18 minutes of the second half that defensively be a little better. We had some good looks, I thought, from the perimeter. But I'll go comb through the tape, and obviously we'll talk a lot about the last 11 seconds. Obviously, the foul on that whole thing playing out, but even how we did or didn't execute down the stretch, and learn from it, because we have to obviously get a quick turn, and we head west. Ben.
Greg, over these last 4 games, are you seeing your group get closer to the defensive group you want them to be? Are they making those strides? Because certainly the first half tonight, it seemed like that was the
Yeah,
group
I
that
thought
we've
we
been
were
used to
really
seeing.
good the first half. Second half I didn't think, and it started in the ball screens. I thought we let Thornton get comfortable. He's probably as good a ball screen guard as there is in the league in terms of his size, physicality. He holds people off. He bumps. He's strong, and his mid-range game is really good. So we let him get some confidence going. I didn't think we were as aggressive at the point of attack with our fives and those setting ball screens. So, but defensively, we've made strides. I think individually guys have gotten better, and then they understand collectively how we have to play to be a good defensive team.
Jim and then Mark.
John Tanji's emergence has obviously been huge, but a lot of your returnees have made jumps this year, and you've always prided yourself on being a developmental program. Is that showing maybe more than
Yeah,
this
I think everybody that's returned has made significant jumps. Whether it's Blackwell and Winter get a lot of the headlines, but even a guy that's been here 5 years in Gilmore has made a jump in his game, and I think his confidence is really, really strong. And obviously, I depended on him a lot tonight to guard Devin Royal. So, and Janicki, I think, has made a jump. Kamari McGee has made a jump. So Marcus Ilver has made a jump, even though I didn't get him in the game tonight. So yeah, I mean, that's a credit to those guys for putting the work in, putting the time in, and our staff for the job they're doing with them.
Mark?
In retrospect, I guess I'm wondering how big do you think it was that your guys never gave up that lead, regardless of what happened? That yesterday you kind of talked about playing ahead with the schoolwork.
Right, right. Play with the lead.
Yeah, playing with the lead.
Yeah.
How valuable was that?
Yeah, I think it's anytime you can get that real game pressure experience. Obviously, you don't want to lose a game in order to get it, but there's things we did correctly down the stretch, and there's things that we didn't do as well as we need to do. So, all these experiences are good, regardless of the age of the player that's in them. I think it's going to help us as we go forward, and knowing we'll be in situations, I'm sure, like that down the road. We're going to be in tight games. I expected this game to be more like it was the last 10, 12 minutes than what the other 25 or 30 minutes played out to be. I expected it to be tight. I've seen how they've played, so we just got to be able to put better halves together the second half, and I'll look through and see identify exactly what, but it started with Thornton getting comfortable.
Nick?
Greg, we talked a little bit yesterday about Devin Royal, how kind of tough and physical he can be. I know you touched on it there. What about kind of Carter's positional versatility stood out with his defensive efforts tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job on Parrish. He's 3 for 13. Royal goes 4 for 10. I thought we did a really good job on Mobley, 2 for 8. It was I think Gilly's understanding of our defensive scheme and how where he can help when he's not involved in directly with the ball. And obviously Devin Royal's a handful. I mean, he's strong, he's quick, he's improved because his body's improved. He looks slimmer, leaner. I think he's quicker, more explosive. So he's taken a big jump here as a sophomore too. So it's really kind of, obviously Xavier got some fouls, so kind of got him out of rhythm. But I really leaned into Gilmore's experience because he's guarded those type of guys before, and he understands, what we need to do from a defensive standpoint.